Hi everybody.
Hi.
Today we're driving through Windsor Square. It's a little part of Los Angeles. It's not that famous. It's not as famous as Hancock Park or Beverly Hills, but it does have some historical significance. It's a pretty neat little neighborhood.
For those of you who are familiar with Los Angeles, it's bordered on the north by Beverly Boulevard and to the south at Wilshire Boulevard, and on the east by Arden Boulevard and on the west by Wilton Place. Now we're going to be focusing on the southwest section of this neighborhood because the streets are all lined up nicely in a grid and it's a lot easier to navigate that way. So here we go. Anyway, this is Windsor Square. Oh, look at that. Pedestrians. Proof that people actually do walk in LA. Most of the homes in this area are in the $4 to $6 million range. Now some are above and some are below, but most notably, there's a few that go as high as $11 million. I'm sorry about the glare, guys. Usually we try to avoid these drives in the middle of the day when the sun is bouncing off the windshield, regardless of what direction we're going in. So we're probably going to use our second camera for most of the shoot.
Oh, that's a really nice house.
Now, here's something. See that house across the street there, that yellow one? That's actually called the Getty House, and that is the residence of the mayor of Los Angeles. Or, anyway, it's where the mayor can live if he wants to. I think only 3 mayors since 1977 have actually lived there.
It's got some historical significance in the Los Angeles area. It was started to be developed in 1911. I forget the name of the guy that started building it, but his name was not Windsor. I do know that.
Immediately while it was being developed, it was known as a place for the affluent. In fact, if you look around, there's no telephone poles, no electrical wires, no phone lines, nothing. They're all buried underground, just as they have been for over 100 years. And that was quite a pretty big feat back in 1911. Oh, coming up on the left here is one of those $11 million homes I told you about. So I did an internet search for anybody famous that might live here, and I came up with singer Chris Brown and a bunch of people who were famous back in the 1940s, like John Barrymore, who was a famous actor and also happened to be the grandfather of Drew Barrymore. But you see, this neighborhood really wasn't designed for the type of celebrity we have today, where they pretty much feel they have to hide behind high walls or behind giant trees that cover them from helicopters that might fly overhead. In fact, Windsor Square was designed to be a garden community, and walls and fences were discouraged so that all the yards would run together, creating a park-like atmosphere, especially in the spaces behind the homes. There we are back on 3rd Street, which is halfway through Windsor Square, but we're going to turn around and go back down the next street. Look how open these houses are to the street. Can you imagine someone like Brad Pitt trying to live in a house like this? I mean, he'd have fans walking up to his door 24/7. These palm trees, those are called California fan palms, and they are actually the only palm tree native to this area. They're pretty much an iconic symbol in Hollywood today. Man, look at these houses. How are they getting such a green lawn in LA? Except for that guy. I mean, he's kind of like, nah, dude, I ain't even going to try. I'm just going to do desert scaping. Windsor Square actually continues one more block down where it ends at Wilshire Boulevard, but since it's mostly office spaces and commercial buildings, we decided to skip that and concentrate on the homes. But years ago, there actually used to be houses from Windsor Square on Wilshire Boulevard, but as Wilshire Boulevard became more commercial, it just became more financially viable to tear down the houses and put up commercial real estate. It's not unusual for Windsor Square to double as Beverly Hills or Bel Air in television and films. I mean, seriously, it's a lot easier to rent a house here than it is in Beverly Hills. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think the audience is ever going to know. And was this more people walking? And one that's running. Oh my gosh, this is a real pandemic. Oh, this house there on the corner. Okay, where's it going? Where's it going? Okay, I guess we'll look at this house for a second. All right, this house right there. That house belongs to U.S. Congressmember Maxine Waters. She represents California's 43rd Congressional District, where the median household income is just under $65,000 a year. So I doubt any of her constituents will be moving in next door. What is it with all the people walking today? All right, let's listen to some music. Yeah, this is a really pretty neighborhood. I certainly would not mind living here.
One thing I noticed about Windsor Square, all the houses look different. Unlike a modern development where one developer comes in and builds all the houses and everything looks the same, that's not the case here. Everybody had their houses built by a different architect, so you got a really wide variety of houses here.
And that's it. Windsor Square. A nice neighborhood, plagued by people bursting into spontaneous walking. But this is Arden Boulevard, and it is the last street before we hit the next neighborhood, Hancock Park. We do a drive time video on Hancock Park, so please check that one out. So thanks for coming along for the ride. I've enjoyed the company. Smash that like button and hit subscribe if you are so inclined. And until next time, drive safe.